Hey everybody, got something right here. You can see that organic black seed oil. This stuff is the truth. I've been hearing people talk about it like for a very, very long time, and it's just like, okay, I'll get it one day, this, that, and the other, and never really bothered to get it. But my mother-in-law, who is like the authority, like the guru of nature, like I love that woman. She is amazing. She said that she was taking it because she had like arthritis and like joint pain and stuff like that. And I know I have bursitis and probably some arthritis too coming on. And so is my husband. So I was like, yeah, it's worth a shot. Might as well give it a try. And today is day one. So I took the first, because you take 2 teaspoons a day. So I took the first teaspoon this morning. I have to take another one this afternoon. And I mean, I could say like getting it down wasn't too bad. Like it when you first open it, you smell it. It has like the smell, like a kind of like a burnt oil smell, but not too bad. So you think it's gonna taste horrible, but it really didn't. I can't compare it to like a castor oil or anything because I've never had castor oil. But it is a little bit viscous, but not very viscous, like not where you're like gagging, because it's so thick. But it wasn't bad. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this. And I know like with any type of herbal remedy, even with medication, you have to wait for it to work. So you have to have patience. So I'm going to do it for like 3 months and see if I notice any change. Because it's like the cure all for everything, not just any of the itises, any inflammation type of thing. Because that's all itis is inflammation. Arthritis is inflammation of the joints. Bursitis is inflammation of the bursi. So if something says something itis, then that means that something is inflamed. Normally you could take like ibuprofen or some type of corticosteroid for that, but steroids aren't really good on your body. After a while they start messing with your liver and they just start really breaking you down. And ibuprofen, which is like Advil, it's not really good to take long term either because it can mess up your stomach lining. So you want to kind of try to go as natural as you can. But if you have to take them, only take them every so often. Like I remember when I first got bursitis and I was like 30, like 33 or something like that, and because I did so much work in the nursing field with like lifting patients, turning patients, that type of thing. When I first went to the doctor, he was like, yeah, you have bursitis. And he was like, what kind of work do you do? And I was like, well, I'm a CNA. And he's like, oh, he was like, all that pushing and pulling, wears on you after a while. So he was like, it was bound to happen. So I'm like, okay, with the line of work. But he was first gave me the little white pills, like real tiny. And they were the corticosteroid. And he was like, you take these, and it was like, take them once a day. He said some people take them like, they could take one and it might last them a couple of days. But, you could take once a day. But, if you could space it out, that's fine too. So I would take one, and that one would last me for like about 3 to 4 days. I would feel like nothing, like moving around and, getting it and no pain. So, but then by the 4th day, I'm like, okay, I gotta pop another one. And I was thinking, I was like, I really don't want to do these pills, because I'm not a pill popper. I don't, I'll just muddle through pain. So then I went back to him and I was like, I really, don't want to do this. He said, so the only other thing we have is the injection. It's a steroidal injection, but it's an injection. And, you take one and it lasts you for like about 3 months. So I was like, all right, well, let me try that. So they gave me the shot, um, one one in each hip, and then in my shoulder, because that's where I have bursitis. So I'm like, okay, so that lasts me for like about 6 months, because I, stretched it out. My body wasn't feeling no pain, so it lasts me for like 6 months. But then I'm like, still, over time, it's just not a good thing. Like, that just kept playing in my mind. Like, I'm taking this for this, but it's going to mess something else up. So I don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, there's got to be something. So I tried glucosamine and chondroitin, which I do still take those. I don't really see too much happening. So then, I heard about this, black seed oil, and my mother-in-law also said something about it. So I'm like, and she says she takes it, for arthritis. So I'm like, okay, if she says she takes it and she swears to it that it works, then I'm going to start taking it, because that woman knows her stuff. Like, she knows what she's talking about. So, me and my husband both, we're going to take this, see how it works. This bottle, I got this off of Amazon, and it was $19.99 actually, yeah, with taxes like 21 something. But got it in 2 days. Amazon Prime, no. And it's good. I mean, like, 1 teaspoon has 40 calories. 0.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, of course. That's not bad for saturated fat. That's not bad at all in 1 teaspoon. Has some good fats, has the polysaturated fat and the monounsaturated fat. Let's see what else. And it's full of like the omegas. Like the omega-6, which is a fatty acid, and the omega-9. And I kind of already take these omegas, because I take the krill oil. I alternate, because I still have some fish oil pills, the big ones. I still have some of those left, and I just got the krill oil, so I alternate. One day I'll take this, one day I'll take that. But they both have the omegas, so I'm getting like triple the omegas. So my joint's gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, rubber band man, what? No, you can feel nothing. No. But I was like, this gonna work. So I need it, because I'm gonna be working at the hospital soon, and got the position at the hospital, and I'll be working in the medical oncology unit, and sometimes I'll be working in ICU. Oncology is cancer. So I'll be working with people, that come there for their treatments, or to be diagnosed, or, what have you. Dealing with the cancer. And of course, we all know what kind of people, wind up in ICU. So I'll be doing that too. So, I'm pretty excited, because I've never worked in a hospital, so this will be an experience. Of course, they don't want you to have any jewelry, any body piercings, so I have to put a clear one in, and that should suffice. But it's gonna be something. But I think I'm gonna like it. But yes, I took my dreads out. Most of the time, y'all couldn't see that I had dreads, because I always had my hair wrapped up. But I had dreads. That my daughter had did for me, and my hair grew. I mean, like, my hair wasn't short to begin with, but it like really, see, you can see this, grew like bam, so it's long, it's scrunched up, which makes it look like it's short, but it's not. It's like down here. So it grew. It grew more than what it was. It wasn't too short to begin with, but it really grew. So, channeling my inner Foxy Brown, back in the day, for the 60s. But I love my afro. My husband loves it. I think he I had an afro before, like, years ago. And I did it actually as a, it was for Halloween. So, I dressed up and everything and I just had afro and oh, he just went crazy. He just loves afro. So, comb through it every day. Make sure it's not knotty or anything like that. And it's good. It's good. And I think Washington is one of the states, I have to check on it, but it's one of the states that enacted the Crown Act. So I shouldn't have a problem if I wanted to go afro at the work, because I'm at work, because I'm not really into wearing wigs. And I mean, I'll sew on a wig, but if I could just do the fro, then hey, you know. But I'll have to see what their policy is, because some places, this is a liberal state, so I think we do have the Crown Act, because I know California had it first, and usually what California does, Washington copycats. So I believe that we have it also. Sometimes, oh, it doesn't look professional, this and that and the other, but it's going to be just like this. I ain't going to have it all, different colors and all that. It's just going to be regular. So to me, this is professional. It's off my shoulders. So don't give me no problems. And I won't give you no problems. No. But, excited about starting the job and everything. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Family. All families. It's just very disheartening how, you have your grandma, or your mom, who is the matriarch of the family. She's usually the oldest one. Like in my family, it was my mother, Miss Daisy. She was the matriarch of the family. And, it was like on Sundays, she would make Sunday dinner, because we went to church on Saturdays. So Sunday, she would make Sunday dinner, and everybody would come over, with the kids and all that and everything. And we all have Sunday dinner, we even walk, around the block or whatever, because we lived out in the woods and the sticks in Weymouth. So, we just walk around and walk our food down, and we come back and have some pie or ice cream or whatever dessert, was there. And then, everybody sit around, talk a little bit, and then, it's like, okay, we gotta leave, gonna bounce. But it was nice to have all of that. When my mother passed, it would have been nice to still have that. But because, family moves, like I'm all the way over here on the West Coast now. And I try to get together with my kids, and everything. We, do stuff like that or whatever. But, I have sisters that live in the South, some up north, we got family all over, so it would be hard for us to all come together. I'm down for doing a family reunion. Y'all let me know, and hey, we can throw something together. It could either be over here, or if it's too expensive for y'all to come over here, we can go over there, But what I wanted to say is, we also used to call and talk to one another. We aren't doing that at all, family, and it's a shame. It really is. Like, I'll call, my sister Mildred, she'll call me or whatever. I don't hear from my sister, LaDon. I don't hear from Barbara. I saw Barbara at my daughter's wedding, just back in September, so that was nice. Her and her son. I don't, talk to my nephews. Like, I chat with Mitchell, so it can be every once and again, but that was just because his mother was here. And I was trying to help her get everything settled and situated and things of that nature. So it was like, I had to, and, my nieces, it's like, normally when there's a problem, how like when there's a problem or somebody needs to borrow money or something of that nature. I'm gonna keep it real, keep it 100, keep it a buck. You know, whenever somebody has to borrow money, they're all about calling you. They're all about asking you, you know, can I have this? Can I have that? Yada, yada, yada. Okay? But when everything is going good for them, then you don't hear nothing. Or when everything is going bad and they don't need money, instead of calling you or reaching out to you, you know, they get on Facebook or they send cryptic messages on Facebook. Oh, nobody cares. Family ain't nothing. Family ain't this. Family ain't that. You know, and everything. And it's like, what are you even talking about? You know, if you just want somebody to talk to, just call me. You know, we could talk. You know, pick up the phone and call me. You pick up the phone and call me when you want to borrow money. So pick up the phone and call me. You know, if something's going on, you want to talk about it. I can listen. I ain't gonna, you know, talk your head off and try to give you advice if you don't want it. I can just be an ear to listen. You know, but you know that doesn't happen, and it's a shame. You know, and my husband said, you know, he was like, well, if you're gonna get on Facebook and say something, you know, to your family about this, make sure you say something to my family too. You know, and it's like the only one we talk to on his side of the family is his mom. You know, and we love mom. You know, she called us, we call her. You know, we love mom to death. Mom is aces. But you know, his brothers, his sisters, you know, it's like they don't contact him. You know, and he's like, why should I always be the one reaching out? You know, it's the same way I feel sometimes, like, why should I always be the one to reach out? But if I don't reach out, then I don't hear from them. And that's messed up. So, I say all that to say this. I'm not going to be reaching out anymore. Pretty soon I won't be on Facebook anymore either. You know, because I'm taking it down. Facebook is becoming too restrictive. You can't say what you want to say. You know, even if it's not nothing, you know, it could be something as simple as maybe you don't like something and you say, I don't like this. But if it's, you know, going against the agenda, then it's like, okay, cancel, you know. So, you know, they take your post down. You can't, you know, it's just too much. So I don't want to have to live in a world where I feel like I don't have freedom of speech. And that's where it seems like all of this is going. And some of y'all guys think this is funny and you think it's cute, where, you know, oh, I could say whatever, and, you know, people, not that you could say whatever, but you can do whatever you want. And if somebody says something about it, then they get canceled. And you think that's cool. You know, and you might be like, well, good, because they shouldn't have been saying nothing anyway. Well, just like it's okay and good for you to wear whatever you want to wear, or do what you want to do, or look how you want to look, it's okay for somebody to say something about it if they don't like it. Just as well as it's good for somebody to say something about it if they do like it. You know, but it's like you can't even get to that point anymore because people get all in their emotions, your feelings get hurt, and the next thing you know, people are coming after you, throwing rocks and everything. It's like, what the hell? You know, I just said what I wanted to say. But you know what? I'm going to always speak my truth. I'm going to always say what I want to say and do what I want to do. I was born that way. I was raised that way. And I'm going to die that way. You're not going to silence me. Okay? I'll be on YouTube doing videos for educational reasons and, you know, things of that nature. So you guys can catch me there. You know, you have my phone number. You know, some of you even have my email address. But, you know, there'll be different ways, you know, that you can contact me other than Facebook, because I'm not doing this with Facebook. I'm not. You know, they haven't really gotten on me too much. I think one time they took a video and I forget what it was in reference to, but they, you know, took it down and put me in Facebook jail. Okay, whatever. You know. I'm still going to say what I want to say. It doesn't matter. But, you know, even with people, even with family, you know, if you're doing some messed up stuff and I catch wind of it, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to call you out. And I don't care how you feel. Because you shouldn't be doing messed up stuff, first of all. But my mom used to say, if you're doing something that you can't do in front of me, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. And we all know what that means. You can take it however you want to take it. You know, it's like, just nowadays, it's just real sad that you can't really say what you want to say or do what do what you want to do or whatever without somebody saying something negative or somebody having a problem. You know, so that's just where we're at in the world. And like I said, I'm not curbing anything, which is also part of the reason why I'm getting off of Facebook. So, plus I feel that it's also too intrusive at times. But, you know, family, we really got to keep in touch with one another. We do. You know, it shouldn't be when somebody gets sick or when somebody dies or when somebody gets married or anything like that. It should be, you know, more so often. Just pick up the phone and call. You know, especially with our elders, they're not really into like the whole texting, the whole Facebook, the whole Instagram, all that kind of stuff. They're used to somebody picking up the phone, calling them, and saying, "Hey, how you doing? You know, what's up? You know, how you feeling? This and that. You know, things of that nature." That's what they're used to. So, you know, it doesn't really hurt you to pick up the phone and call someone. You know, eventually you're going to be the one that's like, why ain't nobody calling me? Why ain't nobody, you know, this and that and the other? Trust me. But, you know, it's just real sad when it comes down to that. So, with that being said, like I said, you know, family, friends, you know, friends is my family too. So, when I say family, y'all included too. You know, just, you know, keep your head up. You know, just be careful out there. You know, make sure you're stocking up on your waters and, you know, your canned goods and all that, because winter is like right around the corner, and you know. So just do what you gotta do, handle your handle, make sure, you know, that you good. You know, be calling me talking about, I ain't got no water, because especially and you over there on the East Coast, I ain't got no way to send you no water, so go out there and stock up, do what you gotta do, hunker down for this winter, be careful, be safe, and love you guys.